Hey everybody, Logan here, and yes, this is the third and final unboxing of this 3-set of Nintendo Switch Pro controllers. Yes, I've done a thing where I've recently accumulated 3 different Switch Pro controllers, 2 being Legend of Zelda and 1 not. So this is the third one. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this and hopefully this helps you out. But this next one is the final one. It is not wireless and it is a wired Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, even though it's come out right in time for Tears of the Kingdom. I thought this was rather interesting. This controller just hit the market, yet it's still branded with Breath of the Wild. So it's got all the new designs and everything, but oddly, they didn't go for Tears. I thought that was a little sad. It brought a little tear, to my eye. Okay, so we're going to unbox this one. We're going to take a look. Now, I've already covered the Rematch controllers before in terms of how they perform and how they feel, so I'm not going to test it now because I actually have, I've kind of disconnected certain things and moved things around, so it would be a little hard for me to plug this in wired. But if you want, I'll link it in the description below, and you can see how the previous Rematch Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild controller felt and controlled. But we're going to open this, take a look at it, see how it feels, see the materials, see if they've added anything new compared to the last one, and whether or not you want to pick up this one for Tears of the Kingdom instead of Breath of the Wild. Let's unbox this bad boy. So here we go. And of course, we have to open it with my Legend of Zelda trusty knife. Let's take a look at the box first. It says Rematch Wired Controller. Breath of the Wild, it's blue. It's got the blue sticks, the brown buttons. It has this little button, which people ask me about, and I'll get to it in a moment. It is wired plus audio. Remember that. So PDP put this one out. I like the design of the box. Yes, it's still Breath of the Wild, even with Tears of the Kingdom coming out. I found it really odd that they would release a new Breath of the Wild Legend of Zelda controller in 2023, right before Tears of the Kingdom comes out. But the design it's beautiful. That's one of the big reasons. Now, I was able to get this at half off. I got it for $15. Depending on where you're getting it, it goes anywhere from $30 to $27. I think $27.99 is a standard price for this one, but watch out, some places will have it up to $30. So, adjust volume on the fly using the D-pad. That's what that does. It switches the D-pad, once you press this, into volume adjusting mode when you're using a headset. So people ask, that is what that was for. So you'll see it in a moment. So it has a 3.5 millimeter audio jack, supports in-game audio and USB chat, but as we know, not too many games support in-game USB chat, and I think one of the big ones is Fortnite. I haven't played anyone that didn't require that Nintendo app. Dual programmable back buttons, which we address in every video. 10-foot cable for plenty of room to play. Now that is one thing I do like when they tell you how long the cable is. 10 feet is a good distance, depending on if you're playing in a bedroom or a game room or your living room. 10 feet is a solid distance. 6 feet just seems not to cut it. Maybe if you're in a bedroom, I get it. Maybe at a game room, depending on how far you are from the TV, maybe. But I think 10 feet is definitely a good length. Now you can buy longer USB Type-C cables. That's why I think they've gone Type-C on all the wired ones these days. But I don't think this one's detachable. We're going to take a look. Some of them have the detachable cables, which I've gotten from both PowerA and PDP. And when they're on the wired ones, you can add an extra long cable. You can get one of those from Five Below or Amazon or something like that. And you can increase the length of those cables so you can sit back further from the TV. This one I don't think has a detachable one. There's nothing else in the box. So here we go. Now what I will say, yes, their packaging has greatly improved. I don't know if you guys, how well you can see it, but they put like that little plasticky right here to protect the artwork. So yes, I am correct. This is a wired controller that has the wired cable attached to the console. I mean the controller. My mistake. So we'll take a look at them in a moment. Yes, so that is attached. So it does not have a breakaway cable whatsoever. So this cannot be longer. 10 foot, that's all you're going to get. And remember, the USB on the Switch is on the side of the dock, not on the front, unless you have a third-party dock, which I never recommend. The Hyperkin ones are all right for charging, but I really want... Okay, so first off, matte finish. The sticks are different color than the actual face of the controller. If you look... Oh, yeah, it shows that right here. I don't know how well you can tell, but in person, it even looks different. Okay, so that's fine. That was on me. Those flat buttons, this is the exact same like the other ones. And yes, being a rematch, you can... let me not do that. Being a rematch, you can face off. Now, they had other controllers which were called the face off first, and they I guess rebranded it to rematch. Now, I can't remember which controller I had that was called rematch, but you could not take the faceplate off. So one thing you can now do with the new rematch ones, if you have different controllers, because they now have the different button colors, you can mix and match and change up and make some wacky combinations. Now, I do not have the original rematch anymore. Like I've mentioned in other videos, I don't always keep all these controllers that I cover. Yes, I'm sorry. There's a big reason why I don't answer every question that people ask, because I do not keep all of them. Sometimes I sell them, sometimes I return them, sometimes I give them away. It all depends. So that's why you're not going to see me pull out the older rematch and flip, flop, flip, whatever you want to call it, rematch the faceplates. But that is the color, and there's very similar to the sticks on the inside, but the outside has that blue. It's nice. So you can see there's that button right there, which has a very light press. These are still going to be your standard buttons. I wouldn't recommend playing without a face, but hey, you always could. But there you go. This will stay in my collection, though. This one I really do like. I wasn't a big fan of the previous one, just because I didn't like the design on it after I got it. I didn't like the artwork. And we still have the full body flappy paddles. So if you want to do away with those, you push that little button to the right, it pops this up, there you go. And then it also gives you the information about your controller. So if you want to get rid of them, the only thing is it feels kind of hollow in the back. It feels a little weird. But if you really hate these flappy paddle style buttons, you can get rid of that. Now me, I'm not a fan of them whatsoever. I have said that in certain controllers they are nice. The thing is, I do like this style better because they don't feel as obtrusive as some of the others. They feel a little smoother. They're a little closer to being flush, and I like that, but just enough so if you want to, you can still press them, which is fine. But it feels more like the way when your hands wrap around it, it sits there, and you don't necessarily have to press it unless you want to. So this is still a great controller. Like I said, I've tested them before. I don't think we have no NFC, no rumble. Unfortunately, those just don't come in these controllers. A lot of them do not have that functionality. But once you get this low, you can't really expect it. There's no motion controls either. But you're talking in a $20 plus controller. So it's going to be hard to find those $20 range controllers, $20, $25, sometimes between $20 and $30 with licensing, with art and graphics from an official Nintendo property. that still have all those features and still have a lower price point. But these you can walk into. I picked this one up at a GameStop. The guy said it literally just came out the box and he just hung it up. He just got those in. So I haven't seen them at Walmart or Target, but keep an eye out there. I know they are at GameStop at this moment. I'm sure you can get them on PDP's website and possibly Amazon. Take a look there. I have not looked on Amazon myself, but definitely PDP. I'm sure about that. And GameStop's website. Like I said, I picked this up at GameStop. I did get it for half price. So, well, that's just because I had those certificates and stuff. And I'm like, sure, let me do that. No problem. Because buying controllers for all these videos can get a wee bit pricey. But, yeah, I think these are fine controllers. The Rematch are good quality. They've got a good bit of weight to them. Now, with the programmability, that's nice. I wonder what they put in here for the weight. I really do. So I just wish they would have a little bit more. Let's take a look at the instructions rather quickly, or the guide to see if it says anything. No, it's just warranty information in here. So they don't tell you too much about the controller. It tells you about PDP. But what does it say? Buckeye Road, Phoenix, Arizona. I'm sorry, I like the name of that road. But yes, so those are all the features for the controller. If you guys have any further questions, feel free to drop it in the comments below. I'll answer whatever I can because I will not be getting rid of this controller. This box will go on display with my other Legend of Zelda controllers. But thank you guys so much. These controllers work well. For those people who are going to say, oh, but you didn't test it out, because I've already done that in multiple other videos of this kind. This is just the brand new one, and I wanted to unbox it, show it to you in person, show you maybe those could have been gold. What do you think? But the design here, let's take a quick look before we end this video. It's gotten a little longer. If you look at the back of the OLED, sort of kinda. You see that? But yeah, sort of kinda. That really hasn't changed from what it looks like from Breath of the Wild to Tears of the Kingdom. You're still going to see a lot of that glyphy style artwork. But thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, share this video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Again, drop your questions, comments, concerns down in the comment section below. I'll be glad to help. Remember, be nice. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hit that subscribe button, and like we always say, be legendary. Thanks again.